Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Redington virtual sessions. Today's topic we have from MicroStrategy, and we have Suhail Faraz who will be delivering the session. In case you have any questions during the session, I would request you to please put in all your queries in the Q&A tab, and Suhail will answer them towards the end of the session. Suhail, over to you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Sahib, and I am the principal consultant at Redington. Today, I'm talking about MicroStrategy and growth of Dossier and MicroStrategy. So, to start me, just allow me to give a brief introduction about what MicroStrategy is all about. So, MicroStrategy have been founded in the year 1989. Okay, they have been in the corporate space for quite a long time. They have a customer base of like 4,000 plus customers. They are present in almost like 27 countries around the world. They also work with some of the leading names across the world. As you can see, they work with various verticals in the retail, technology, financial services, healthcare, communication. They have got big names associated with them like Netflix, LinkedIn, the Barclays. Then you have the known in the manufacturing, the CPG. So this gives a pretty brief overview with about the kind of customers they work with. Okay. So today I'll be walking you through like how to design a dossier. Okay. Dossiers are nothing but dashboards. I mean, it's a different terminology that is used in MicroStrategy. Like if you compare with uh, look for the tools like Power BI, Tableau, or Tipco. I mean, there's something called as dashboard. But when you come to the MicroStrategy, there is some it is called as dossier. So just let's start. Like I'll show you how you can design, how easy it is design, how easy it is to design a dossier. Okay, a person with the least amount of technical knowledge, or even a layman, can design a dossier. I mean, it has got something called as NLP, language natural language processing, wherein a user, no matter what his background is, I mean, he can design a dashboard, he can search for the information that he's looking for. Okay, now let's start. So all you have to do is that there is something called as MicroStrategy Desktop. It is available for free to download. I mean, you can download it on your desktop. I mean, it is available for Windows and for Mac, both of them. So all you have to do is that you need to download this particular piece of software from the website. So just let me open this. So so this is the dossier interface, how it actually looks like. I mean, these are the that you see here, multiple dossiers. So let's start. So I'll click on dossier. Okay, an interface will open up for me wherein I can design the dossier the way I want it. So the main aim of this, like today's session or discussion, would be like to design a dossier from a layman perspective. Okay, to reduce the dependency on your IT teams. I mean, I know that there is a lot of dependency on IT teams define those to design dossiers or dashboards within an organization. So here, what you have, this is the interface, how it actually looks like. Okay. Uh, on the right hand side of this interface, you can see various visualizations that you can use in your dossier. Okay. And here you can see that there's something called as data set, wherein you have the capability to add the data, or even if you have any existing data set within the MicroStrategy platform, you can also do that. So the moment I click new data, a window pops up for me with various data sources. I have connectors for more than 150 plus data sources. So I can connect data from the MicroStrategy platform. I can connect to any CSV or tab delimiter file or Excel file. I can connect data from URL, from Hadoop, Google Analytics. The list is endless, as you can see. It's quite huge list. So it has got 150 plus database connectors. So no matter what database you have, no matter what application you have, what is the data source you can connect to it. Okay. In terms of the application, it can connect to Salesforce, it can connect to Freshdesk, Microsoft CRM. The list goes on. In terms of the databases, like it can connect to like Impala, then it can connect to Azure Cosmos DB that's in the cloud, then it can connect to Teradata, SAP HANA, Oracle, a lot. There's no limitation to it. I mean, you can imagine how powerful this data sources feature from Dozier is. So now let's start. To start with, I'll be taking a simple example of importing data from an Excel sheet. For example, you are an analyst at a firm, okay, and you are working with lots of Excel sheets, and you want that data to be visualized for your management, okay. So instead of depending on IT to do that for you, where it takes time, like if you request them to create a dashboard, you need to go through a long process of submitting a request, then it needs to be approved. There will be rounds of discussions, multiple rounds of discussions, wherein you need to give the business understanding of your processes to the IT department, the department that is responsible for the creation of the dashboards. Then they take time, then the testing is done, then it is deployed. But with this, layman or a person with the least amount of technical background knowledge can actually design a dashboard for himself. So the moment I click on file from disk, okay, I have the ability to choose the file. Okay, I click on choose file. I hope all of you can see my screen. Yeah. Choose file. So these are some of the databases, sample databases that I have. I select a sample, so I click on open. Okay. Now, one of the important features that you have is something called as prepared data. Okay. So with prepared data, what you can do is that a normal analyst can act like a data scientist in a smaller fashion. Okay. So the moment I click on prepared data, see, I had an Excel sheet which actually had three subsheets, okay, for orders, returns, and people. So automatically what it is doing is that there are three mini sets of data. It is and automatically creating a join for you in the background. Okay? I mean, now you're not dependent on your IT teams. The first advantage is how it is connecting. It is automatically. Okay. And here you get a good view of your data that you have, okay, in your Excel sheet. Now there is something called as a wrangle. The moment I click on wrangle, I have the ability to modify my data. Like if there is something missing that I need to change, okay. If there are some missing rows that I need to remove. So what I can do is that I can just select a column, whatever I want. Okay, country. So here all of them are United States. Okay, I have the country. Suppose if something is missing or I need to replace the country United States with a short form say USA. So I have this various options where I can do that. Say find and the moment I say find and replace characters in a cell or find and replace cells, I can do through that. So there are multiple options in here through which I can control my data set. Okay, I can modify my data set. I can concatenate the columns. I can transpose columns to the rows. A lot more stuff I can do with that. So let's cancel it. Okay. So I just click on finish. I'm just waiting for this to render the data on the Dossier. Okay. So it's loading data now. Finish. Now you have the data loaded in memory. Okay. Now the next thing. So when you start to visualize, the most important thing that you need to keep in mind is that you need to, you should never use maximum number of visualizations on your dashboard just to make it happy. The purpose of using this dossiers or designing this dossiers for your organization is that you need to use the minimum number of visualizations and display the maximum number of information. And you should be using a lot of bar charts and line charts, okay, for that. Shortly, I'll be showing you how you can do that. And the second thing, as I said earlier, that you should minimize the number of visualizations that you're using on a dashboard, because the moment you start to increase the number of visualizations on the dashboard, it actually starts to get confusing. Okay, so it's actually difficult for a person to comprehend the information, just because if you're presenting this to the management, okay, with the huge number of visualizations that you put in just to make your dojo fancy, I mean, it will be difficult for them to comprehend the information. So the first important thing that needs to be kept in mind is that uh, to display the least amount of visualization, and at the same time, with this least amount of visualizations, you need to portray the maximum amount of information. This is a rule that needs to be kept in mind. So let's start. I just click on text, and I just create a sample header for my dashboard, something like sales analysis. Uh, yeah, okay. After that, I have the ability to control this. I mean, I can control the font size. I mean, how it should be positioned and whatnot. I just click on this, bring this in between. I increase the size to 22. Okay, that's cool. And I just change. I just make it blue, and I change the font color. Yeah, fine. Now the most important thing, and one of the most beneficial things this MicroStrategy Dossier has got over Power BI or Tableau or Tip or other leading dashboard vendors or dashboard tools in the market. There is something called as NLP, Natural Language Processing. Okay. So in the standard scenario, what you would do is that you would select a visualization, okay, and you need to drag and drop your customer ID. For example, I just take this particular visualization grid, okay, and just what do you call, I just drag and drop the category, drag and drop the discount, for example. Okay. In a typical scenario, this is how I usually do, how most of the people do. Now, for example, okay, if I need to adjust the, okay, I have this with me now. I need to what I need to do is that I am an analyst, okay, and I do not have any knowledge of how to use this visualization and how to map this what do you call this attributes and this measures to this dimension. So what I can do is that Dozier, they provide a feature, something called as NLP, that is called as natural language processing. So with this, what I can do is that I can click on this particular icon, and I can look for the information and display it on the dashboard. So this Dozier is also acting like a Google search for you. Okay. All of you have worked with Google, right? Wherein, like in our daily works, if we are stuck in any work or something, we actually use Google for it. I mean, majority of the times. So Dozier acts as a Google platform. It's acts in a similar way to the Google platform. Now I need to display like what are the orders that have been placed within my sales organization. Okay, working with Excel sheets, I understand that if the volume of data is less, then okay, you can work with Excel sheets. But what about enterprises? There are millions of rows. I mean, you cannot work with Excel sheets where you have millions of rows. So let's start. So using the NLP, the natural language processing that I have. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to look for the total order IDs that are there in my system. So instead of using the visualization, doing the drag and drop stuff like this, as you have in Power BI, Tableau, Spotify. or the leading vendors. What I do is that I just come here and type, show me the count, show me the distinct count of order ID. See, automatically visualization is created for you. Okay, the visualization was automatically created for you. I mean, you never had to use the feature, use the thing and dropping the visualization from this onto the interface and drag and use this attribute. And no, you just use this as a what do you call Google search and a visualization has been created for you. And, and you have the ability to visually control this. Okay. So what you need to do is that you need to click on this particular visualization, come to a format. You can change the style the way you want it to be. Okay. You can change the coloring as per your wish, what like as per your company profile, whatever you want. Okay. So I just do not. So I just want this header to be changed. So I just rename it as order count total orders. And I do not want this count of order ID to be displayed to me. So what I do is that I just click on this geometry and it's removed. Now I need to know what is my total sales. Okay. Again, it's as simple as just typing in a Google name. Show me total sales. You see, the moment I type my question, I just need to enter and see how it works magically. See, just imagine how it is empowering your organization, how it will empower the persons in your organization to create to create the dossiers. I mean, as I said earlier, if you would have had Excel sheet that would have contained some thousands of rows, okay, that can be understood. But when you're working in a big enterprise or a medium-sized enterprise where there is a huge volume of data within your organization, where you have millions of records, see how powerful this can be. And you do not need to rely on your IT teams for it. That is the most important thing. Show me the total sales. I'm able to see the total sales. Then I need to see my profit. Show me total profit. See, everything is up and running for me. Yeah, I just adjust this the way I want it to be. Now then, now I can the another most important thing when you're designing a dojo is that you need to keep your the look and feel in the same format. So I just cannot keep this in like the dark blue that you see and use different colors over here like orange, green or something like this. So this needs to be consistent with the overall theme so that it looks good. Okay, I'm changing for all of them and I'm just removing this total profit. Okay, and just I'm changing the header. So profit from here, just remove this as I did earlier and I click on it. That's pretty good. But there is an issue here. You see, the number 296 for the total orders is actually appearing quite big and it does not seem to be matching in terms of the appearance. So appearance is also important. So what I will do is that I will just click on text size, change to fixed, okay, and change this to 24. See how it looks. Now it is looking good. And now everything is in a uniform format. It looks good. Okay. Now I need to know what is my total sales or total profit by region. So in a standard situation again, what I would have done, I would have just clicked on this and drag. I'll just show you. I would have clicked on this. The visualization would have appeared. Just sorry, just need to change this. Just give me a minute. Just send it back. Okay, I'm just okay. I just insert a visualization. In a typical scenario, this is what I would have to do. Insert a visualization, select the visualization that I want to. Then I need to search for what you call the region, and I need to drag and drop to the horizontal bar. Then in addition to that, I need to go for the profit, and here you see this is profit that is actually displayed to me. Okay, so no, since the level of information, the amount of information that I have is less, I mean, you can do it this way. But again, with millions of records, you have it, when you have that in your organization, it will be really difficult for you. This is what I have created using the drag and drop feature. Okay, now how I can do this using a natural language. So what I need to do is that show me fields by region on a bar chart. You see this? It's automatically created for you. The chart has been created. I mean, you had nothing to do. I'll just delete this out. Let me delete this. Okay. This is as simple as that. Just let me modify this, make it a bit consistent with this, and keep it that looks good. So no, I'll just make it so. I believe I can change customize more options. Okay, I don't need this. How it looks. I click on presentation mode. So this number actually appears quite big. So I need to all this number needs to be in the same appearance that the total order sales and the profit is looking quite misaligned. So let me fix this. I click on edit. Okay. So how I can do this? I just keep the size consistent to, let me put it 30. And what do we have here? I keep this 6. I change this to 30. Change my total orders 30. Okay. Now this should look consistent across. So if when you want to view this dashboard in a presentation, so you need to come and click on this particular icon, presentation mode. Okay. This looks okay. Good. Done. Okay. Now I am here. Perfect. Now I have displayed so many sales by region and bar chart. So what I can do is that as I did in my previous visualizations, I can change this sales by region. Okay. Fine. Done. So in addition to this, like I need my information to display it on top of my bar chart. So what I can do is that I can come here. I can come to shape and data labels. Just to show me this, let me show this again. I just need to click on this visualization. Then I need to come to my format tab. Okay, from the format tab, what I need to do is that I need to come to shapes and data labels. Okay, Okay, I can change the coloring of my bar the way I want it to be, whatever I want. I want it to be consistent across my according to my theme. So I'll just select this particular color and the shape. Though you can control a lot more things, shape type like whatever you want. I mean the bar chart or the line chart, it, whatever it is, shape type. So and I want my data values to be displayed. So what I just click on values and my values are displayed to be on top of the bar charts. And the value appears to be, let me make this bold. Okay, that looks good. And let's see how this actually looks in a presentation mode. Okay, let's go back to edit. Okay, now what I need to do is that now I have attributes here like the product name. Okay, then I have subcategory, ship mode, segment, category. I need to look what is the profit by category. So again, it is as simple as show me profit by subcategory. Now let's look for subcategory. Show me profit by subcategory. Uh, by show me profit by sub in line chart. I'm able to control the way how the what kind of visualization I want to see. Like now, let's wait. Let's wait for it to visualize. Voila, that's done. Let's look how it looks in the presentation mode. And here you have all what do you call all the subcategories, and you have the profit. Okay, but there is one issue here. As you can see, the names have been what do you call have been wrapped up. I mean, you cannot see the complete names. So for you to see the complete name, what you can do is that you can click on this particular icon and it will expand up for you. Okay. So here, the moment you click on that particular icon, on this particular icon of expansion, you can see the complete a good overview of the dashboard, like all your subcategories, like accessories, appliances, art, whatever it is, and all the data points. Okay, for your profits. It is actually helping you visualize, see how powerful it is. I mean, there is no need to be relied on the developer. It is actually an analyst who is doing all this stuff. So I need to display the values on this particular data points instead of me navigating to this, like going and clicking this. So what I can do is that again, I just need to click on this particular visualization that I'm working with. I go to the format, I click on shape and data labels, I click on values. The values are displaying. I can control the line how I want it to appear. Again, I'm just changing the color format to match with my theme. Yeah, let me just pull this up. Let's see how this is. You see, everything is displayed to me. There are some of the data points that are missing. Not missing, that not displayed. So just what I can do is that I can expand this and everything will be displayed to me. Okay. Because in an enterprise you have got thousands of data points. Okay. So displaying all those thousands of data points in a single graph would be really difficult. So using this expansion feature, the way wherein you are expanding a particular dossier will be really helpful for you. I mean that it is actually helping me to give a good overview of the dossiers that I'm designing and that I'm working with. See, if I would have worked in Excel sheet, I need to go to thousands of reports. But over here, I can see that my subcategory tables it's actually in losses. Okay, and then I have got one more loss with work cases. So it is actually helping you as an analyst. This is how it is easy to design the dossiers for you. Okay, and this is how it is done. Just let me, yeah, just I'm sorry for that. Let me look. Do you have any questions? Okay, just a minute. Sorry for this interruption. Okay, so it is as simple as this. So I just want to reiterate this particular fact that when you're designing a dossier, okay, and you do not need to be dependent on your IT to see how easy it is for you to design as an analyst. What all you're doing is that you are using this particular platform as a Google interface. That's it. I mean, you can do some really complex visualizations if you wanted to, but that's not my purpose at the moment. My purpose at the moment is to show how you can use this NLP language in your the natural language to create visualizations. Okay, so this is done. Now what I need to see, I have to sales by region. I am seeing the profit by category. Now I need to see how many, what is the next kind of information that you can see. Okay. Show me what I can select on the category name. Okay, show me sales by product. Okay, show me, you will have a lot of show me profit, show me sales by product in a grid. Okay, since we have a lot of products, I will select this. It's showing. Okay, now let me remove this. I don't know why it's not working. Really, other information that I can look for. Show me sales by state. Yeah, that would be a good option to select. Well, show me sales by state. Show me sales. Oh no, this. Sales by state. I can control the kind of visualization that I want it to appear. I say in a grid. It appears to me in a grid. Okay. If I would have not mentioned that grid, let's see how it appears. Show me sales by state. Let's see how this appears. Okay, map is coming. So another feature that you have in here is that good feature of Windows here. It's if you have an attribute defined the geographical location, it will automatically create a map for you. Again, depending on your IT teams or something like that, you just use this feature, show me sales, and just typed in show me sales by state, and you just got it. And I can change the features of my this particular visualization. What I can do is that, okay, I just click on my particular visualization, then I come to format. I change this from markers. I have my markers here, as you can see. I need to change this markers to the area. I'll change this. Now it is mapping all the areas that I had in my Excel sheet to the map. So this is sales by. I just need to change this particular header, sales by state. in a grid format. Silver state, this is a grid view. Okay, this is sales by state, a map view. Okay, just let me expand this a bit. Let's see how this looks. I'll just click on this presentation. Work. Yeah, I can scroll down the way I want it to. So I can even expand this particular thing. Okay. See, I have all my states, all my sales. All this is what you're doing in a Dossier. See how easy it is. I can change the background of the background color, but changing the coloring and modifying that thing is it's not my aim at the moment. My aim at the moment is to show you how easy it is to design a Dossier using the NLPs. I can click on this. I can hover over a particular state to see what sales and whatnot. Okay, I can expand this view. I can use this particular option to zoom out, zoom in. Okay, this is how it is. Now sales full. I can reset this view. That's not working. Let me check this thing. Reset view. Okay, it has been resetted. See how easy it is. Now, another thing that I can do here that I can include in this particular dossier is let's include one more thing. This is my sales by region. Now I need to see I have my profit by region. See, these are the automatic. See, these are the suggestions that the MicroStrategy is automatically creating for you. Okay, what are the top? Okay, now let's what are the top three categories with the highest sales. Let's see how this appears like. And this is something that Dole has recommended me. So it is using the inbuilt artificial intelligence and the algorithms to suggest you by learning the data set that you have just uploaded into this dossier. I click on this particular thing. Okay, so it is giving me. I just expand this to work freely with this. Okay, I have, see what do you have? The top three categories with highest sales. Fine. If I want to change this, see what I can do is what are the top 10 categories by sales. Okay, I check that. So I just have three categories. I'll list. So I do not have 10 subcategories. I have just three categories. That's the reason it is showing me just what do you call it? Just three categories. I'll just remove this. Just delete this. Uh, I will see. Okay, let's. What are top product name by sales? Okay, let's I have all the information appearing for me, as you can see over here. Clear and concise information. No, sorry. Let me just fix this. Okay, just moving this aside, controlling this. Okay, I will just modify the bar charts to make it consistent across my screen. Just select this. I want values to display. I want. Let's see how this appears. Okay, I click on presentation mode. You see how this appears like. So a simple, good-looking dossier has been designed for you with no drag and drop functionality. What I have done is that I have just used the natural language processing feature from this MicroStrategy dossier. So just imagine what kind of impact it will create for your organization when you're empowering each and every person in your organization with this particular NLP. Like it's like including Google search for your data. I mean, you cannot get this Google engine on top of your data, but MicroStrategy dossiers are helping you do that. Okay. Another feature that I would like to show here is that the filters. This So, I mean, there are requirements sometimes wherein you need to filter the dashboard based on your particular requirement. So, how you can do this particular thing is just click on filters and I drag and drop category. Okay, this is my filter by category. And coming over here, I can change the display style. What I need to do is that I need to come to my header, category header, click on this three dots. Then navigate to display style. I can change the display style of my filter the way I want it to be. It can be check boxes, sliders, search box, video box, drop down, whatever. So this is a drop down. I have by category. I need by subcategory. So you need to follow the same process when you're designing your filter. So when you're designing the filter, one thing that you need to make sure is that you need to keep the theme or the type of you are displaying in the dashboard dossier needs to be consistent. It's not like that I select a drop down here, then I select what you call checkbox. It needs to be consistent to look good. So display style, drop down, my state again. Come here, display style, drop down. Okay, and let's go to the presentation mode and the filter. And okay, okay. So you see, let me fix this view state by state and state by map here. Okay, done. Okay. Now some more filters that I can use in here. So the shift mode. Okay, let's look at the shift mode. Okay, my shift mode right. The size drop down. Then I have the segmentation of my customers. Drop down. Let's click on presentation mode. See, the dossier is ready for you. And I had thousands of rows in my Excel sheet. Okay. Here I have designed a simple dossier like using a minimum amount of time to have a 360 degrees view of my data. See, I have the total of the sales like 2 million, have the profit like it is 286K. I'm seeing the profit category chart, have the sales by state, I have the map view. I'll just remove this map view for the time being. Yes. Okay, delete. That looks good. Okay. So I have this. What is the top three product name by sales? I can see the top three products. See, so my main purpose of showing you this is that how easy it is for you to design. Okay. So I can come here. I can filter it by category. My categories are furniture, office supplies, and technology. So I just click. When I click on furniture, then I come to the subcategory. Whatever subcategory I want, select. Okay. Everything is filtered. I need to say select the ship mode. How many of them are first class, same day, second class, second class. See, I am able to filter data. So this is actually empowering your complete organization. So just let me select all this. So this is as simple as 1, 2, 3. I mean, I believe like as simple as 1, 2, 3 when you're designing a dossier. I mean, it's not a big what do you call it? A technical challenge when you're designing a dossier. Okay. So another important feature is that like now you must come to me and ask, okay, like how can I implement this within my organization? Okay, if I want this dossier to be used by analysts across the firms within multiple departments, I do not want the dependency on the IT. For this video, how I can deploy this in my organization or how I can deploy this particular tool set for my customer base. So what you can do is that within MicroStrategy, there is something called a semantic graph that I wanted to talk about it. Okay, now let me show that to you, how that looks like. Where it is, yeah, semantic graph. There it is. So semantic graph, what it does is that semantic graph is a feature within MicroStrategy that helps you create a unified layer, okay, across the platform. So once you have a unified layer across the platform, by this what I mean to say is that suppose for example you are working in a bank or a telecommunication industry, you have this 50, 60, 70 or even 100 plus systems. Now if you want to build a dossier combining multiple systems, you know the pain and the time consuming task it is. So once you have this hyper intelligence deployed in your organization, what you can do is that you can create a unified data source wherein you are accumulating the data from multiple sources, from the disparate sources, this time, and create a single source of truth. So, MicroStrategy Semantic Graph basically provides a Google-like index for all your enterprise data assets. And you have just now seen when once you have this data assets, in our case, it was Excel sheet, and how we were using the natural language processing algorithm or the natural language processing feature in the MicroStrategy dossier to search for this particular information that we were looking for. So even if you have millions of reports, even if you have volumes of data within organization, this particular semantic graph, okay, will actually modify it for you. Okay. Uh, in this slide, what you can see is that I have this one like hundreds of data connectors. It's 150 plus to be precise data connectors. So here, this is actually the semantic graph. And the good thing about semantic graph is that you can use on top of any visualization tool. But like MicroStrategy dossiers, what you can do is that you can use a natural language processing. Okay. And as you have just now seen, enterprise semantic graph, let me show this to you. Okay. Okay. So as you see this enterprise semantic graph, let me show this in a full screen. Okay. So then, like when we were using the dossiers, okay, I mean, there were some recommends or would say, I mean, yeah, when we were using this NLP to create our dossiers, there were some recommendations that were coming. So what you do is that once you loaded in Dari or in Graph, the inbuilt algorithms will actually suggest the end user of information he is looking at. For example, when you are searching in a Google, okay, it will actually suggest you like show whatever information that you're looking for. Show me total list. Like if you use the Google search engine, when you type something, show me restaurants around my. So it will give you a list of recommendations that even before you type. Enterprise Semantic Graph combines and works in association with the MicroStrategy Dossier to provide you with the same quality or the same dossier. Okay? As I said, it provides a Google like enterprises. Yeah, it all and the second thing is that it will actually index your information. Okay. Now you might ask me like I have billions of rows, not millions, billions of rows. I need to search for a particular information. How I can do that? So again, what you need to do is that you need to do the same approach of using this NLP. And what will happen is that the searches that are being, I mean, a particular attribute is being multiple number of times. So what the internal engine will do is that it will automatically create an index for you on top of that particular attribute. Okay, and uh, it will just act in a similar way as Google. See, just see this again. See how simple it is. No drag and drop, nothing. I just use the NLP feature for designing of my dashboards. So okay, or whether you're from the options, you have this ability within you. You can empower your organizations. You can empower the workforce within organization to enable them to create the dashboards, to reduce the dependency on the IT teams, and create a positive and a powerful impact for you and the complete business department. So that's pretty much it from my side. Okay. So let's see if we have any questions coming in.